Alright guys, welcome back to Nifty Network. Today we have a 350Z on the lift, and we have this fancy Coolerworx Short Shifter. Oh. Juice. It is so there. We're going to throw that in. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. Let's get started on pulling the stock stuff out, and then we'll run through this. First things first is we'll get in the car. Okay, so you are going to see a completely gutted interior of a 350Z. Just kind of look past that if you can, and we're going to focus on just this little square area right here. So first things first is we're going to take the shift knob off. And if your car has a complete center console on here, we also have another video right here. I'll put it right here to get you to this point. A DE350Z, and I'm going to teach you how to remove your center console. So first things first is we're take the shift knob off, and then we're going to take the 410s that hold the shift plate on, or the shift boot. Then we're going to pull straight up on that. Don't lose these 10s because we are going to use them. And then you're going to see another boot under here, and we're going to get that out of the way. Pull that up. And then we're going to see a bear shifter right here with 3 10s as well on here. And that's going to go like that. You're only going to be able to take the plate off because we need to go under the car. Alright, so let's get this car up. That's one bad thing about this lift, is it goes so slow. It's like...
It gets there eventually.
Alright, the lift is up, and we are going to grab a 12. We're also going to grab a 14 on an impact, and the reason why, I'll show you right now. So, we're going to see a boot down here, a little square boot. There's 2 ears right here. We're going to pull back right there. That is going to expose the bottom part of the shifter. We're going to loosen that. This is a 12. Alright, so once we have this 12 out, we're going to reach our hand up in here, and that spring that we had seen in there, we're just going to push down, and then that's going to drop. And the reason that we are letting that, or pushing down from the top, is because that spring will go flying inside the car. So let's kind of roll that out of the way up into the car. And now, if you're on the ground, you can use a jack. If you're on a lift, hopefully you have one of these things, because this will help you. We're going to go up to this portion of the trans. And we're going to put this right under there. It doesn't need to lift up because we're going to be taking the trans mount off. So these are 414s that hold the trans up. And now we're going to go down with this, and we're just going down enough. Here, I'm going to remove. So you won't need to do this on yours, but I'm just going to do it for viewing purposes for you. That's a 14 as well that takes the bolt out of the trans, and then that will expose the trans mount. And there's also 4 bolts that hold this cage, the shifter cage, on. We're going to go down until, okay, we got a little bit of gapping right here. And I also, you might notice that the drive shaft is not in here. We're doing a bunch of work to the rear end of the car. So that's why I have a blocker in there. This is basically just a drive shaft that's cut off so all the fluid doesn't run out.
Hey, quick question. So if someone had a drive shaft in here, they'd be able to drop the trans with the shaft there?
Yeah, it'll still drop down.
Right.
So then we're going to see this little bracket right here. And we're going to have to push that up. It's pretty thin metal. So push this up out of your way so you can get to the 12 right here on the side. And the reason why you have to drop it down, you'll see in a second, but I know people are very impatient, like me. There's 2 more up top, and you can't get the bolts out high enough because it hits the chassis. So that's why you drop the trans down. So if you just do it first, then you can focus on getting this off and not worry about it. So we'll take that one out. Then we got another one right here. So you can see that kind of came loose already. But the other 2 are up here. And if you don't have a bendy ratchet, I advise you get one, because you're gonna fight it if you don't. Alright, so there's the other one, and now there is the last one on the top. It sits right here. I guess you don't have to get a bendy ratchet, but it'll be a lot easier if you do. Now that is broke loose, just kind of, if the bolt doesn't want to move, just give the shifter bracket, this little housing piece right here, just give it a little shimmy, and you'll be able to get that bolt out. Alright, so that bolt is out, and we're going to remove the housing right here.
So why are you removing that housing?
Well, because if you leave that housing in there and you put the short shifter on, it changes the amount of throw that this has, and the geometry of it does not allow it to throw enough in this hole. So get rid of this, because the Coolerworx one also is chassis mounted, so there is a plate that is holding the shift linkage in a spot, like in a what's the right wording, in a secure location. So that's why we're taking the bracket off, because we're replacing it with the plate inside. So we're going to want to take this boot off. This should just slide off the back like so. Then you're going to be left with something that looks just like this. Now let's raise the trans back up, or the trans mount back on here. And when you're doing trans mounts, you're going to see the trans brace. I mean, you're going to see a little hook right here. So if you're trying to put it in straight like this, it's never going to go. You're going to get irritated. Just slide it to the left a little bit, go straight up, and then it hooks on and holds it for you. So I'm going to tighten that up, get this thing pushed back up. Whee! Whoa! Whoa! Jump up. Yay! Alright, once we get those started, we'll thread these guys in. Alright, so now the transmission is secured again. And I'm going to let the car down, and the rest of the work will be from the top. Actually, we'll need to go under it one more time. Alright, so here you go, Shane.
Gracias.
Alright, so now we are back inside of the car, and we're going to pull out our shifter right here. And all the ones online have it where this, I believe this is the reverse lockout module facing forward, but this one looks like they redesigned it to where it actually faces backwards now. So this fits way too good to be facing forward. But a lot of this is the first one I've ever installed that is backwards, so just kind of keep that in note, because all the other ones that I'm familiar with. Oh, and then here's that shifter that we sent up through the top. You can lay right here because you're useless now. We don't want you anymore. Yeah, all the other ones that I have installed, this goes forward. All right, so I got the 10 mils down holding this plate in. Dang, that looks really good. Yeah, it has way more throw. Okay. Also, I may red Loctite these, so just keep that in mind as well. We're gonna go under the car now to put the 12 through the bottom of the shifter now and tie it to the trans. Takes more time getting this lift up and down than it does putting this thing in. All right, so then we're gonna grab that 12 that we had taken out earlier. And we're gonna move the shifter so that it fits up in there. I could feel Zach's presence behind Shane.
Oh, snap. Oh. Very good.
All right, and that is how it is going to look. Let's go in the car now and feel how it shifts.
All right.
All right, so I'm too big for this thing, so just don't judge. All right. Let's see. Oh. It is so there, like. So, there's the problem. See how it goes super far that way? They gave you this nice little baggie right here of, sorry, I'm taking you all over the place. Looks like there's some stops in here that go in the sides and the top. And I'm assuming in order for you to use the reverse lockout, which will need it to still go, because you're going to go over, and then, well, you'll pull up, and then that should be reverse. But they don't want you to hit reverse on accident. Oh my gosh. They don't want to hit you. They don't want to have you hit reverse on accident, so they have these stops that go in here that will change how much this thing can move. So let's get these stops put in here. On the right side of the shifter is going to control first, and it's going to control second. So basically, I put it in first, and I threaded this down, but you don't want it to hit like right away to where, because if that's in first right now, so put it in first, and then we're going to adjust this accordingly. So I have it in first right now. And then you take the longer one for right here, and there's little short ones that go on top, and what those do, oh no, oh no, oh no. I was just going to make a joke and say, don't drop this down there, you won't be able to find it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, I need to go fishing. So now we're going to grab our Allen so we don't drop this down there. And yeah, this is a set screw. So we're going to tighten this up right there because we know that first gear is happy right there. And we'll go into second. That is the same thing. So now that first is set, test it, make sure it's happy. Because while you're driving, you're not going to be thinking about, hey, I'm going to put it in gear. So you just need to you need to casually have your hand on the shifter and put it in gear. So that's how I did it. Put it in first, set your set screw, and then tighten it down. Okay, that one can't move now. I'm going to go into second. Looks like second moves a little bit over here. Like it gives it a little bit of distance on that rod. So I'm going to take another one of those screws. I'm going to have second go in just a little bit more. And I'm not trying to put pressure on there. I just want to stop this right when it starts to touch that rod. So let's thread the set screw in there. We won't tighten it yet. So that's neutral. First, second, third, fourth, and now we'll set fifth and sixth. I know that this is already going to need a set screw, so I'm just going to go ahead and put both of these in here right now. And I will show you how. And as I'm looking at this, I'm sure this is kind of like a universal mount, this piece right here. So the reason it has more than one screw, like one here, one there, instead of just one in the front and one in the back, because some cars have reverse over here, some cars have reverse up here. So what that does with this is it allows the shifter to actually get into reverse. So it may not be necessary to put that second one in. I just don't want all the keyboard warriors to be like, oh my god, you don't have to put the second one in. Okay, so let's try and get into fifth. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Did that move the thing over a little? That actually feels pretty good. Okay, we're actually going to go with that right there. We got lucky. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Six feels a little too tight. So, like I said, I don't know if this is what this back one does or if it really only matters with the front one. But we're going to keep those even. Yeah, that feels better. It's kind of hard to see in video, but like there's it almost in, and then it like grabs it in. I'm going to buy one of these for my car. Alright, so let's put those upper set screws. Actually, first, let's think. So we got reverse over here. So that second set screw, you don't need it. Take this guy out, because, or you can leave it right there. You don't have to completely get rid of it. Which also means that you can get rid of the, not get rid of, but you can back this one out also. So I'm going to back these out. I'm not going to take them out, but I'm going to make it so that these aren't blocking it from anything. It's just going to be those primary first, this one, the ones up front basically. And I'll show you why right here when we go into reverse. Okay, so reverse on these cars is normally like right here, but we can't get to it. That's going into sixth right now. So in order to get to it, you're going to pull up on this, and that's going to allow that to go farther, and then there's reverse. So that is why if you watch the beginning of this and you're like, oh my gosh, you don't need those top two or these back two. The reason why they're there is for, I'm sure it's for different cars. They just changed this mount. So it's like a universal thing. So yeah. So we got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Neutral. Pull up. There's reverse. And yeah, that feels amazing. I am going to take these set screws out now, and I'm going to Loctite them. And I'm going to Loctite these. I know where all the settings are now. I know that this plate is, in fact, in the right spot. So we're going to Loctite all this stuff, and we'll be done. All right, so everything now is Loctited. Give it one last tighten. You can see the Loctite on all that stuff. This is a very special customer's car, and there's a lot of work and body work on this car. And as much as I want to drive it, I probably am not going to. First, second, third, fourth. I'm just gonna sit in here for the rest of my shift and shift this thing around. Cool. That wraps up today's video. That is how you install a Coolerworx shifter on a 350Z, and that is how you adjust it properly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.